Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War video. Today, Trek have revealed the full roadmap for the season releasing next week on August the 12th, and boy, do we have a lot of information to cover. This season seems like it is going to be pretty juicy. In terms of zombies, it does seem like it is a little bit on the lackluster side, since we are not going to be seeing DLC 4 most likely until Season 6, so there is going to be a bit of a wait until the next map, but nevertheless there is some interesting content to play in the meantime that I'll go over within today's video. I will leave a link down in this video's description to Call of Duty's full blog post if you want to get all of the specific details on this season, as we will just brush over some of the stuff. But first things first, let's go over the full roadmap that you can see on screen. So first of all, in terms of multiplayer, we have two modes that are going to be coming, and one of the modes is called Double Agent, and this is going to be available with the start of Season 5. And we actually got a full trailer for this earlier today, and a lot of people are calling it the Among Us mode. Well, they're kind of not being that serious, but this mode seems like it is going to be interesting. It's an investigative multiplayer party experience where each match assigns double agents who are there to sabotage the mission, communicate, investigate, and expose the traitors, or successfully wipe out the investigating team to win. It starts with up to 10 players in a lobby who are assigned one of 3 roles. Double agents who must either eliminate everyone else or successfully set off explosive charges around the map. There is then the investigator role, who can use clues to target suspected double agents as wanted criminals, and then there are the operatives, who must work together to identify and eliminate the double agents before it is too late. Each player will start with a pistol. Weapons and equipment are introduced in the preparing stage, where all players can grab weapons in different parts of the map. Each role gains access to unique skills and content during the round. Double agents gain access to gas mines, counter spy planes, combat bows, and attack helicopters, and also have protection from the radiation spreading from the bombs they've set. Investigators gain access to trophy systems, stim shots, and hand cannons, and can see the footprints of an attacker when examining a player's death location. Investigators can also issue a wanted order on a player that they find to be suspicious. Voice chat is strongly encouraged, and this party mode can be played with the wider community or up to 9 of your best friends. Hopefully they can still be considered your closest allies at the end of the operation. So yeah, it sounds like this is going to be a really fun party game mode, and I can't wait to play it with some friends when it does drop. Next up, we are going to be seeing the return of Demolition, which is going to be later in season. So of course, if you've never played it before, 2 teams battle it out as attackers attempt to destroy a pair of active bomb sites, while defenders must prevent the detonations. All-out chaos ensues when time is extended after the first bomb site is destroyed, and you better be prepared with plenty of score streaks and squad mates for backup should one final bomb be planted as the last second. So yeah, it's a bit of a twist on search and destroy. A lot of people do enjoy Demolition. In terms of the new multiplayer maps we are going to see, so we're actually seeing quite a lot of new 6v6 maps within this season, which I'm sure people are going to be happy about. So first of all, we have the Echelon 6v6 multiplayer map that we saw in the Season 5 intro cinematic. Set in Teufelsberg, known as the Devil's Mountain in Berlin, Germany, Echelon sees operatives fighting through the rain and ash in the aftermath of Perseus's latest operation. From either infiltration point, you'll fight to control the center control room inside the main dome, a natural hotbed for combat that gets even hotter in objective game modes. This NATO compound was partially blown to pieces during the attack, so mind the gaps in the roofs unless you are planning to plunge onto the plateau below. We will then be seeing a remaster of Slums that we saw in Black Ops 2. We've recently seen it added into Call of Duty Mobile, and it was in Black Ops 4 as well, so it is back again. Take the streets and fight through this tight 3-laned vintage map, which rounds out the 3 multiplayer maps available for Season 5's launch. Slums is set in a deep Panama City where a town square featuring a central fountain invites long-range combat across lanes and plenty of aerial score streak bombardments. A variety of combat tactics can work here, as always. Just be mindful of the sightliness into the parking lot and laundromat at the ends of this classic locale. We are then going to be seeing a new showroom map, which is for gunfight 2v2 and 3v3. Made specifically for gunfight and face-off, showroom is set in the Codorned Offstacks Emporium within the long-abandoned mall Mall of New Jersey, the Pines. So it's set very close to the Pines, the other map we have in the game. On this map, expect to have fast fights over and around various displays and kiosks, which provide a unique aesthetic and map structure compared to the other smaller maps in Black Ops Cold War. And it is going to be the location of a future gunfight tournament. We will then be seeing some other maps in season that won't be there at launch. So there is actually a remaster of Drive-In from Black Ops 1. So I'm sure not all of you have actually played this, but it's a cult classic set in a movie drive-in out in an abandoned Midwestern United States ghost town. Remastered for the first time in honor of its 10-year anniversary as part of the Black Ops Annihilation map pack, Drive-In features close quarters fights and powerful Overwatch spots, particularly around the big screen of the Galactic Drive-In, where snipers and other long-range weapons can shine. Be sure to tread lightly through the mostly barren parking lot if enemies take up the big screen or the red building on the opposite side, using the alleyway flank routes to drop bad guys with a finishing move worthy of an action hero. We are then going to be seeing another 6v6 map later on in the season, which is a remaster of a Zoo, once again from Black Ops 1. So this looks very, very similar to the Zoo variant that we can play in Outbreak within the Ural Mountains, but this Zoo is not that. Even though it does look similar, this is a completely separate Zoo from Black Ops 1. There's no cage that you can hold as you fight through bear pits and aquariums in Zoo. Be sure to take a ride on the monorail to get an incredible vantage point on the action below, or head to the souvenir shop to dole out plenty of free paint to your enemies. So yeah, that's all of the new multiplayer content, but now getting into zombies. So this is the most exciting thing. First of all, we will be seeing Echelon coming to Onslaught for PlayStation players, and there is going to be a special Onslaught mode variant later in the season to get yourself a special weapon blueprint. So yeah, unfortunately, we are not going to be seeing a new round-based map this season. We're going to have to wait until Season 6, but there is going to be a new Outbreak region, which is actually Collateral. So I had actually talked about in prior videos how data miners had managed to boot up some of the combined arms maps within the game over into Outbreak. So yes, some of the combined arms maps will be coming to Outbreak, and Collateral is the first one. These are going to be the full map variants, not the strike variants that we can play in Onslaught already. I am interested to see how this is going to work though, because we have quite a few locations in the Ural Mountains still left to release, such as Weather Station, the mines, Battery, the chemical labs, and if they're going to be introducing the combined arms maps as well, it seems like we're going to be seeing new Outbreak regions released to the game even into probably 2022 when Vanguard is out, because I don't know how they're going to fit them all in, since we obviously only have Season 5 and 6 left. So after the events in Berlin, in Mauer der Toten, the Dark Aether Outbreak zones have continued to appear far beyond Eurasia, in the Ural Mountains in Russia, with the latest site crackling to life in the Algerian desert. This huge new region, Collateral, has become an incredible, unstable area, making it a prime spot to harvest Ethereum crystals and further investigate the Dark Aether. Cut through the undead hordes among the massive natural rock structures, deorbited satellite and oil drills to complete all tasks set forth by Requiem. I really do wonder how the Dark Aether storyline is going to be affected by the combined arms maps coming to Outbreak, because what this means is that the walls between the Dark Aether and the regular world are weakening as these Dark Aether incursion zones are spreading across the globe. So storyline wise, this is pretty huge. And also what's really interesting is that from the intel of the game, we actually learned that Zykov was trying to lure people into the Dark Aether, specifically in Collateral, and we now believe that Zykov is just a pawn. He isn't real, he's a pawn from the Forsaken One, the Accursed One, the One, or whatever you want to call it, the Elder God at the top of the hierarchy in the Dark Aether, and that for sure is probably going to tie into the storyline of Collateral. Now the thing is, on the roadmap, Trek have not said anything about a new Outbreak main quest, a third Easter egg, because a lot of people were speculating that we might be seeing another Outbreak quest with Season 5, because Outbreak has been described as that connective tissue linking the main round-based maps together. So since we're going to have to wait until Season 6 for DLC 4, people were thinking that we might be seeing another Outbreak quest, but so far there's been no mention of it, so maybe there isn't another quest coming, and that speculation was wrong, unless it's going to be a secret surprise coming in Season 5 Reloaded, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. But considering the fact that the Dark Aether incursion zones are spreading, you would think that there would be more work to do in Outbreak, especially because Ravenov is still there, so we will just have to wait and see if there is another Outbreak quest, maybe some sort of surprise with Season 5 Reloaded, or maybe even at the start of Season 6 if DLC 4 comes in Season 6 Reloaded. The next thing we will be seeing in Outbreak is a new tank vehicle. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, especially shooting order with it. It's probably going to be really useful. But the thing that I'm most excited about is that there is a grapple gun piece of equipment coming to Outbreak. And this was one of the things that I've been asking for over on Twitter since Outbreak released. I think that a grapple gun will work amazingly in Outbreak to get around the area easier. I think that maybe even a jetpack or something like that could be useful maybe further down the line. But a grapple gun is going to be so much fun, especially just grappling onto order when you're fighting it, grappling into its hole. So the grapple gun is going to be something that you will be able to craft with salvage, and it does look to be exclusive to Outbreak. I think that it would be a fun addition on even Mauer Toten, since you have all of the different building rooftops. Grappling from each one would be fun, and just thinking about it, the grapple gun would be perfect for a Die Rise remake or remaster, and would definitely help with the versatility of that map. There is another Outbreak objective coming called Transport. Players will encounter the all-new Transport objective, which tasks you and your squad with ensuring an important drivable Requiem machine makes its way across the Outbreak zone safely. So yeah, this objective is going to be a lot of fun. We are then going to be seeing a new field upgrade. Now this field upgrade has been leaked for quite some time, and it was apparently codenamed Lightning Lynx. However, Trek have changed the name of it, so it's now called Tesla Storm. You'll be shocking spirits with more voltage than ever before thanks to the all-new Tesla Storm. Upon activation, lightning will shoot out between you and your allies, stunning and damaging normal enemies. Upon upgrading its skill tiers, this electricity can start stunning special and elite zombies and even boost your squad's movement speed. So this seems like a really cool field upgrade, and I can't wait to use it. But the thing that I'm sure most people are excited for is the new perk, which is going to be Death Perception. So I talked about this in prior videos, but as you guys know, in the files of the game, there has been a Dark Aether jingle of both PhD Flopper and a Double Tap, so people were expecting one of those perks to release in Season 5. Well, it seems like one of them may have been cancelled instead. If I'm going to guess which one has been cancelled out of the two, considering there's only 2 perks left in the Wonder Fizz machine, I'm going to assume it's probably Double Tap, and then we might see PhD Flopper with Season 6 with the final DLC 4 map. So I think that Double Tap may have been cancelled in exchange for Death Perception. So this was a perk that we saw in Black Ops 4. It wasn't a very popular perk, but obviously now with the skill tier upgrades in the game, it's going to be a lot more useful, and I do think that this is actually a good substitute instead of Double Tap, and here is why. So the base variant just highlights zombies, and they are keylined in red so you can see them through objects. So yeah, the base variant isn't really that useful at all. But according to the leaker, the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost over on Twitter, he's posted all of the upgrades for it. So the first skill tier upgrade will allow the minimap update rate to be increased. The tier 2 upgrade will allow enemies to give danger indicators when behind the player. So if a zombie is sneaking up from behind, an indicator will show up on screen. The tier 3 upgrade will increase the rate of salvage by 20%. Yes, that is right, that's a pretty big increase. That's going to make it a lot easier to upgrade your weapons. The tier 4 upgrade will increase armor penetration damage by 10%, and this is why I think that Double Tap has been replaced by Death Perception, because honestly it makes sense. Treg said in the blog post that they don't really want to just increase the damage and fire rate because that's kind of boring, so it makes sense that instead maybe this perk is going to increase the armor damage rate. This is going to make it a lot easier to take out special zombies, and it'll also make it easier to defeat the Legion boss within the first Outbreak main quest. And finally, the tier 5 upgrade allows nearby chests, resources and item drops to be highlighted through walls. So essentially it's just like Vulture Raid. Of course, we've already seen one of the elements of Vulture Raid combined with one of the upgrades for Mule Kick, where it drops ammunition. Well, another effect of Vulture Raid has been combined with Death Perception. So I wonder if PhD Flopper is going to be the perk coming in DLC 4, and maybe it's going to allow an explosion whenever you slide, or Dolphin Dive if they're going to allow us to Dolphin Dive. I'm guessing it's probably also going to make you immune to explosive damage, considering the fact that we are already immune to fall damage within the stamina up upgrades. So yeah, honestly, I don't mind that Double Tapper might not be coming to the game, because I feel like we already can kill the zombies pretty quickly. The zombie health caps out on 55 and honestly isn't too bad. And now that we're going to be able to take out armor a lot easier, I think that this is going to be a good substitute, but you can let me know if you agree down in the comment section down below. And speaking of explosive damage, let's go over the new weapons coming in Season 5. So we are going to see the Tech 9 SMG. Yes, that is right. Even though the Tech 9 is a semi-automatic pistol, it's classified as an SMG in the game. Yes, I don't know why, but it is. And the thing is, on the marketing material for Season 5, it does say Sally on it. So I wonder if when you pack a punch in zombies, it's going to be like the Mustang and Sally, since you're going to be able to dual wield them, and it's going to have explosive damage. And if that is the case, it'll make even more sense for PhD Flopper to be the next perk. And the Tech 9 is going to be unlocked at tier 31 in the Battle Pass. We will then be seeing the EM2 Assault Rifle. That is going to be unlocked at tier 15 from the Battle Pass. So yeah, a lot of people are disappointed that we're seeing yet another Assault Rifle and SMG, even though the Tech 9 is actually a pistol. We will also be seeing the Cane melee weapon. And to unlock the Cane in zombies, using a melee weapon, you need to kill 20 or more enemies consecutively without getting hit 50 times. I'm not sure what the challenge is going to be in Warzone and multiplayer, and this is going to be available at the start of Season 5's launch. There is another weapon that's going to be coming later on in the season, which is the Marshall, which is a break action pistol, hand-loaded double barrel pistol, fires 12 gauge shells, excellent damage at close range with a one-shot kill potential. So in order to unlock this in zombies using pistols, you need to kill 30 disciples while they have at least 5 zombies under their control. I'm not sure how you unlock this in multiplayer or Warzone either. But yeah, the Marshall's going to be later in season. We are then going to be seeing the Flamethrower score streak finally added to the game, and this is going to be in multiplayer, and it will also be added as an additional support weapon that you can go ahead and craft within zombies. And for those of you guys who are big fans of Dead Up's Arcade 3 inside of Cold War, there is actually going to be a new Ikare exit bonus map. So yeah, Dead Up's Arcade has been getting really regular updates. I love what Treyarch have done with it. This is by far the most updated and best iteration of Dead Up's Arcade that we have seen before. Of course, within Season 5, there will be new intel found across Outbreak as well as Onslaught. And I feel like this is probably going to reveal information about the DLC 4 map. We'll probably find out more about Operation Janus and clues to who the director of Requiem is. Next up, in terms of Warzone, I'm just going to quickly brief over everything. Check out the blog post in the description if you want more details, because this video is already really long. For the new map updates, there's going to be mobile broadcasting stations. There's going to be a new Clash mode coming later in season. For the Gulag, it's now going to be Rush, and there are 2 new perks, which are Combat Scout and Tempered. We do know that there is going to be the Vanguard reveal event coming very, very soon. I'm not exactly sure when that is going to be coming, but it's going to be sometime during this month though. We still have no official word on when it's going to be, but I am excited for that event inside of Warzone and finally getting a look at Vanguard. And we should be seeing the alpha and beta sometime soon after, either right at the end of August or sometime during September. But the thing is, there is a mid-season event called The Numbers, and the thing is, the mid-season event won't be starting until September. So this is going to be your typical challenge event where there's going to be different objectives to do in Warzone, multiplayer, and also zombies as a mini battle pass to unlock special loot. This is not going to be for the Vanguard reveal though. This is a completely separate event, I believe. The description for this event is really interesting though, because it says the red doors grow unstable. Whatever broadcast Perseus set up is causing the red doors to become more volatile than ever before, and that's because I believe canonically in the game the red doors we see in Warzone are just a hallucination, as all of our operators have been brainwashed. It says, as operators are now reporting, redacted is their post-mission briefing. So who is communicating to the sleeper agents? Well, people are thinking it could be Reznov, because he apparently somehow survived Vorkuta, according to Black Ops 1's intel in the terminal, and that would be perfect to tie back into World War II Vanguard, because maybe Reznov is going to make an appearance in Vanguard. Since all of the Call of Duties are set in one universe now, they could have some of the World at War / Black Ops characters in there. It says, beware of these doors sending you to locations other than the main room we all thought to be its lone destination point, and above all else, keep your head. This event may have something to do with those mobile broadcast stations seen around Verdansk, but at this time we cannot declassify further intel for fear of double agents. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where the storyline is heading for Cold War and Warzone, and the conclusion to wrapping up Cold War storyline in time for Vanguard to be integrated into Warzone. So the sleeper agents are going to be activated by the number station, and the thing is, we're finally going to be seeing Hudson coming as an operator later in season in Cold War and Warzone. Warzone. He's going to be probably available as a bundle in the store, and considering Hudson is coming, I wonder whether Mason is going to be a bundle in Season 6, especially if the numbers and the sleeper agents are going to be activated. It might signal Mason, considering the fact that he is currently raising his son in Alaska at this point in the canon. We are then going to be seeing the Kitsune operator, which is the main Battle Pass operator. There is another operator called Striker coming later on in the season that we got to look at within the Season 5 cutscene. Now, the thing is, with the Kitsune operator, you get access to her in Cold War and Warzone at tier 0 in the Battle Pass. And there is an additional ultra rarity operator skin available at tier 100 that looks awesome. So yeah, this ultra rare operator skin is Hanya inspired, but the thing is, there's an exclusive Kitsune operator skin that can only be instantly unlocked with the purchase of the Battle Pass bundle during the first 2 weeks of the season. So yes, you are forced to purchase the Battle Pass bundle during the first 2 weeks in order to get access to this skin. We have no word on whether there's going to be another way to unlock it later, but it seems like this is the only way to get it, is forcing you to purchase the Battle Pass bundle. So yeah, I'm sure that's going to trigger a lot of people. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to go over in today's video. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not ready for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.